What's your story? Right now, we are at the Colorado Historic Museum, and my name is Mr. Brendon Smith, and I'm just giving you a quick voiceover, giving you a live footage at the Colorado Museum located off of Broadway, not too far from downtown. And I am your host. The Colorado is a place like no other. The state we call home is more than a collection of spectacular landscapes. It is a result of generations who invested their time and energy in creating a unique place where we celebrate values like innovative collaboration and stewardship. Step inside to discover your superpower and those of Colorado's past and present. See how your experience compared to theirs, both the challenges they face and the opportunities they embrace. You are a part of this journey. How will you make an impact? What's your story? The question is what is your story? What is my story? What is our story? Together, we can make a story. Endeavor, Colorado, coming to you live once again in the Colorado Media School. A true artist is a storyteller. A true artist is a storyteller. And they said the greatest story ever told was the story of Jesus Christ. So when it comes to my story and my faith as a model, as a consultant model, as a activist, as a media specialist, I'm just so talented in so many areas, it's just hard to just start with one. I want to know what is the impact that I can leave. Here I am at the Colorado Museum, and this is an amazing journey that they have put together through the Colorado Governor's Citizen Medal, where they honor those citizens who have made an impact. And through this journey, it starts with talking about what is your impact, to how do you bounce back, to what is your challenge. What is your challenge? When it comes to challenges that we must overcome, when it comes to the impact that we want to leave on the next generation, we must understand that through the challenges that we face when we pursue our calling, when we pursue our purpose in life, it is then that these challenges will arise to see what will we do? Will we stick with it? Will we stick with it? Will we push back the obstacles? And how will we commit? How will we commit? How will we commit and show that we are committed to our journey? Here on the wall here, it says, how do you commit? Exactly what I'm talking about. What is your spark? What is your passion? What do you love to do? For me, as a Colorado media host, my passion is music, dance, the arts. So that must be my superpower. What is your superpower? Growing up as a young man who had ADHD, for so long, individuals told me that there was something wrong with me. I started to learn, and I started to understand that ADHD itself is actually an ability. It's an ability when it's channeled, when it's in the right direction, it can be a creative talent. And it was then that I dawned on me that I actually have a superpower. And through TEDx interviews, they have one in Mile High City, there's many men and young women who have created a project called "What is your superpower?" ADHD, is that your superpower? What is your super talent? What will take you to the next level? And me, when it comes to creative thoughts and interconnectedness and how to connect things and do it together, that's exactly what I'm doing here in making this documentary, hoping to leave an impact on the young men and young women who have dealt with the same things we dealt with. So what is your impact? You can make an impact in Colorado just like I can make an impact in Colorado. Here we are at the Denver Museum. All the men and women who ever left an impact in Colorado are here. And it's just an amazing experience. It is such an amazing experience to be able to walk through this and to journey through this and realize that it is a journey that we are on in life. Hello, how are you guys enjoying the Colorado Museum?
It's excellent.
Okay, great. I'm sorry about that if you guys didn't want to be here, but we just doing a school project here and, talking a little bit about the museum. Okay, so here we are, making an impact. Okay, so here we are. You got a little Tom Calloway over here. Tommy cares about climate change, and he wants to live in a world where outdoor athletes are responsible environment stewards. At 16, Tom entered and won his first professional climbing competition. His career has taken him all over the world. In 2000, he and 3 other climbers even survived a harrowing hostage situation in Kenzighan. Still, he kept climbing. He treasures the natural landscapes where he works and plays, especially as the effects of climate change grow more obvious. Tom still lives in his hometown of Essex Parks, where he ambassador for Protection Arm Winners, an organization of athletes confronting climate change. So, you see here, Tom had to overcome. He took a drastic setback in his career, but he's kept pushing. All these beautiful and amazing people explaining their stories. We must be inspired that one day we can be on the museum display. We can be on some museum display somewhere one day. There we are. Here we go. A influential post and flyer about Mayor Wellington Webb being reelected as state representative. This was put together on November 2nd, 1976. No, the one who cares about people. He there when you need him. Wow, look at the young Maryland. Look at the young Wellington Webb himself. Oh, this is such an amazing experience that I encourage all of you to come and enjoy here at the Colorado Museum. And just be encouraged that you too have a story. Step into the story and join generations of Coloradans who have made an impact. Once again, I told you, gave you a little bit about my experience as a young man and how I channeled my ability and turned it into a superpower. So what's your superpower? What's your story? What's the impact you're going to leave? We are reporting live here at the Colorado Museum. Hello, my name is Mr. Brendon Smith. I'm with the Colorado Media School, and right now we are in the Colorado Museum located off the Broadway station. We are in the Zoom In Centennial 100 Objects project, and here we are looking at the Wellington Webb sneakers from 1995-1999, and the New Balance that the actual mayor, the first black mayor of the Wellington Webb wore. The Denver mayor are used to hustling for their votes, but in the 1991 mayor election, Wellington Webb took it quite literally. His sneaker campaign brought him door to door through Denver to introduce himself to voters. He walked to victory in the election and served for 12 years as the Denver's first African-American mayor. The original tennis shoes from 1991 are on display at the National Museum of African-American History and Culture. He wore this pair during re-election campaigns in 1995 and 1999. Building on his predecessor Pena efforts to imagine a great city, Webb used the power of his office to revitalize the city. His administration oversaw much of the work to complete Denver International Airport, the establishment of the Denver Health Authority expansions to the city's park system, and the redevelopment of Laurie Air Force Base and Stapleton Airport for housing. Altogether, these actions set the stage for Denver's ongoing growth today. These are the sneakers here, along with other objects as well in the Colorado Media School. And we were just taking a look at all the historic items here within the Colorado Museum. And here in the Colorado Museum, everything from the war veterans, Indians, what they would wear in the 1980s, and along with other items as well. Here we are coming up on a young man who is enjoying the Colorado Media, no, not even the Colorado Media, my fault about that, the Colorado Historic Museum. And I am here with the Colorado Media, just talking about, how he enjoys the museum as well.
It's incredibly cool to see how old some of these things are and how yet well preserved they are. For example, just this from the 1890s, somebody has kept this around now for 130 years. For what purpose? You don't necessarily know, but the fact that we are able to see these things today is so important to me and so cool, just for the fact that, for example, the Constitution over there, written back in 1876, we still have that now 150 years later. And it's been incredibly enjoyable and cool to see these things that mean a lot to this state's history, and therefore my history by extension.
Wow, wow. Isn't it, it's almost as it's like they come alive, you know, even though they've been gone many years, it's almost like the spirit of the people are still alive within the items. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff, this quilt, for example, is just, so much time and effort had to go into this back when it was made.
Yeah.
That there's so much personal meaning to that I could never attribute, but still being able to have it, see it, and have people learn about it is so important.
Yeah, great, great. Well, once again, we are here at the Colorado Historic Museum, and I'm a representative from the Colorado Media School, and we're with Colorado Connections, and we're just talking a little bit about the museum and what we were doing here. And we are reporting to you live from the Colorado Museum, Historic Museum, located on Broadway. Once again, my name is Mr. Brendon Smith, and I am reporting to you live. This is Colorado Connections at the Colorado Museum, and we will be coming to you again soon to give you more footage. Thank you.